Maraming Pilipino ang may kwentong Baguio. For many of us, those stories begin the same way. A family vacation, a long weekend with friends, a road trip, a break from the heat.
Baguio, here we come!
Good food.
This one is the sinanglaw, which is an Ilocano dish.
Cool weather, a chance to slow down for a few days. I've been coming here for more than a decade now, and somehow it is comforting how a lot of things here remain the same, like a safe point to a time in our lives that we always want to go back to. Hi, I'm Dale. I make travel and workation videos around the Philippines. Let's get to it. For this trip, I drove up to Baguio with friends, Ellie and Lee. Stayed at an Airbnb in Camp John Hay.
So, what is this place and why are we
A local restaurant, parang turo-turo. It's like Michelin quality. Wow.
Wow!
The Morning's Eatery, the Michelin gourmand restaurant in Manila, because of the sinanglaw, Ilocano dishes.
Revisited some of my favorite restaurants and tried a few new ones along the way. And like most trips these days, work came along for the ride. I think this is why people keep coming back to Baguio. It's not necessarily because the city is perfect or because there is always something new to see, but because places like this have a way of becoming attached to our memories. A favorite restaurant, a familiar road, a view you've seen dozens of times, a conversation you still remember years later. And every return visit feels a little like picking up where you left off.
Well, I used to love this place.
Maraming Pilipino ang may kwentong Baguio. But not all of those stories are about vacations. Over the years, Baguio has changed. The quiet roads I remember are busier now. Places that once defined the city have their very existence threatened. Traffic has become part of the experience. And yet, people keep coming. Maybe because despite the crowds, despite the changes, there's still something about the city that makes people feel like they can breathe a little easier.
And good.
Even if only for a few days. For the locals, it's a different story. Garbage issues have hounded the city. Water shortages affect residents. The cost of living continues to rise. And with every new development comes another debate about what Baguio is becoming. These are real problems, and they deserve real solutions. But despite all that, people continue to come year after year, generation after generation. Maybe that's because people aren't just looking for cooler weather. Maybe they're looking for something else. Something harder to explain. Maraming Pilipino ang may kwentong Baguio. Some come here to rest. Some come here for a fresh start. Some come here because they're trying to leave something behind. I know someone who came to Baguio after one of the darkest periods of her life. She broke up with her husband at the time. Dito niya nilabas at inubos ang sakit na naramdaman niya. After a few weeks, she was ready to start anew. May relapse from time to time. Hindi naman magic pill kasi ang Baguio. But she gathered enough courage to stand her ground. Now she's okay. Hindi na niya halos nami-mention yung ex niya. So I guess she's moved on. Another acquaintance moved here in his 50s. We thought that he just wanted a reset, a restart, so he packed up his bags and relocated to Baguio. He seemed happy here. He would share must-check-out places in Baguio on Facebook. He would go on and on about how popular places are no longer okay, according to him. He would say, "Ako, hindi na maganda sa Cafe by the Ruins," spoken like a true insider. I didn't agree with him then, but he kept on insisting. That was our last conversation. A year or so later, he died. Apparently, he had cancer. And I guess he fulfilled a dream that a lot of us have thought of or planned at least once in our lives: to live in Baguio.
Hindi wala. Sana magdala na rin tayo ng payong. Okay? Okay.
In movies, Baguio is often where people fall in love or where they go after a heartbreak, where characters go to think, to heal, to start over. But maybe that's not something that just exists in fiction. And maybe that's why Baguio occupies a different place in our collective imagination. It isn't just a destination. For many Filipinos, it has become part of their story. And perhaps that's the reason why people keep coming back. Not just to see Baguio, but to revisit a chapter of their own lives.